Hey guys, Robin Slayer here, and welcome back to Doki Blue Skies. My neck really hurts. I have a very sick neck at the moment right now, so I feel like that, it really hurts at the moment, so I'm gonna... But I didn't record yesterday. The video I uploaded yesterday was a pre-recorded video, so... I wanted to record yesterday, so I had a video uploaded for today, but this one's going to be uploaded for today. At least, hopefully, it will be. So, yeah, my neck really hurts though from this. So hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully I'm not affected by this in any way anymore while we play this. All that happens though is that I'm happy because last episode was the best episode in the entire thing, where we finally get together with Yuri. We finally get together with Yuri, and now we're finally boyfriend and girlfriend, and now we're kicking things off. Now I don't know how this is going to continue on. This is the 14th episode, I believe. Jesus Christ. It's crazy though how we're almost we're that far, and yet again how long these episodes are. So I need to make these episodes over an hour long, because if I don't, then what's gonna happen? We're gonna continue with more and more episodes on these, and I don't really want to do that, but I kind of have to. Is another thing. Oh my god, what is there? There's a piece of hair sitting up there. But I need to rearrange my camera. But you know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this, and as well though. I don't know if I'll be going back to Minecraft here soon. Like, I have the first episode back of it up already, but like, it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a bit before I actually can. But it'll be fine because I need to like get playing Minecraft again. But I don't know how long that's gonna be or if I'm going to. So, oh my god, my neck, it hurts. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on Doki Blue Skies. As my eyes slowly flutter open and the last vestige of sleep leave my body, I run my hands through my hair, thinking about how my life is in its current state. Compared to how last January started, it's definitely a lot different. For one, I actually have a girlfriend now. We kissed, and it's given that we like each other, so why do I still feel a little uneasy? Is it because I still find it hard to believe Yuri likes a guy like me? A clever, gorgeous, sophisticated girl like that? Ugh. Self-doubt really has a way of eating you up from the inside. There's no point dwelling on it, Jake. She chose you for a reason, okay? Yeah. This year has got off to a good start. So let's keep it that way. A slow smile creeps onto my face as I get out of bed and start my morning routine. It's gonna be an interesting year. And indeed, it will be, my dude. Interestingly enough, it will be. Well, one thing I could do without it is the bitter cold. It's always freezing around this time of the year. At least I'll have Yuri to warm me up. Her love for snuggling up with indoors with a book in hand might just come in very handy. And she's also so warm whenever we hug. I want to say it's Monica. Really interesting path of wall, huh? In an attempt to hastily break out of the trance, I make my mental effort to bring myself to focus on the girl in front of me. Oh, no, it's not. I forgot what voice I gave you. No, oh my god, my neck. I can't back out too far. I can't do my funny stuff. What? Emmy giggles. Come on, this is the first time in a while that I've been here, that I've been early. So I want to see the look on Sakari's face. I grin. Lead the way. How was your Christmas break anyway? Pretty good, yeah. She must have picked up on the happiness in my voice as she bounces onto the spot excitedly. I can tell what her next question is going to be. Oh? And why is that? Well, it's always nice spending Christmas with some friends, you know? There's a mischievous smile on her face that puts me slightly on edge. Especially when those friends are girls, huh? And of course, the mischievous smile on her face is followed by a knowing smirk. What are you trying to say, Emmy? Yuri, Jake.
Wait, that is her name, right? The girl with the purple hair?
Yeah, why?
Oh, nothing. I saw you guys together on New Year's Eve, that's all.
Well, there goes my hopes of being subtle.
So, tell me everything.
Thankfully, I'm spared from telling Emmy everything as the classroom door swings open and Sakari strolls in. After settling down his papers, he turns to address the class. Morning, everyone. Hope you all had a good break.
Jake certainly did.
I nudge her in the ribs. Oh, and why is that? Come on, brain, think of something. Brain power. If you can somehow convince a girl like Yuri to like me, you must be capable. I'm just, well, I did a lot of reading on 20th century history, so I'm, in a great position to hit the ground running this semester. Sakari doesn't look entirely convinced, but he nods. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be able to answer a lot of the questions that are coming up then. He chortles and turns to face the blackboard. I glare at Emmy, only to be met by a childlike grin. The 1920s and 1930s, guys. Believe me, these are some interesting years. And just like that, the lesson's begun. Sometime later, I find myself wandering down the club room. As I get closer to the door, I spot a familiar figure. A nervous smile works its way up onto my face.
Good morning, Jake.
Morning, Yuri. It's nice to see you again. She smiles shyly. There's no hiding the red blush that's crept up onto her face.
And you, Jake?
There's an awkward silence for a moment. Of course, it's given Yuri doesn't really know how to take a compliment, although that's part of what makes her so endearing. Shall we go inside then? Don't know about you, but I'm kind of hungry. She looks relieved at the change of topic.
Yes, I was just about to suggest that. It's rather convenient timing that you were both let out at the same time, don't you think?
That, or both of our teachers happen to be hungry. You're the analytical one, so I'll leave that to you. With a small laugh, she opens the door and leads us through. To my surprise, we're the last ones in. Monica and Sayori look deep in conversation about something, while Natsuki has her face firmly hidden behind some manga. The girls look over, well, Monica and Sayori do, and give us a brief smile before turning back to their conversation. Should we go over and talk to them? Yuri pauses for a moment and her eyes briefly go over to the club members. She eventually shakes her head.
Well, I wouldn't. It seems like they're all engrossed in their own thing.
Fair enough. Works for me. We both take We both take a seat and pull out our food. Unsurprisingly, Yuri's meal looks a lot fancier than mine. I motion towards it. Homemade, I'm guessing?
Yes, you can never go wrong with a vegetable stir-fry paired with rice. The combination of flavors is always satisfying to taste buds.
I'm trying not to turn my head too much either, because it... Yeah, I remember you saying... I hate you. I hate this so much. Last time I got like 50 minutes in and I heard noises like that. Now I'm hearing them 8 minutes in.
Uh-oh. I don't sound like a broken record, do I?
Huh? No, not at all. Just remembered it because I thought it was really interesting how food meant so much to you. She doesn't look entirely convinced, but she starts eating nonetheless. A brief silence falls between us, even though she's looking at her food. I get a shrewd suspicion that her focus is elsewhere.
Say, Jake. Have you given much thought to what you want to do after school?
Probably go home and watch anime. Why? Like a normal person? We briefly make eye contact, seeing Yuri narrow her eyes, trying to figure out if I was being sarcastic or serious. It's strangely enjoyable, in a silly sort of way. And I also hear noises, and I hate my entire existence. Ow, my neck. Eventually she realizes I'm joking and smiles as she shakes her head softly.
You know what I mean.
Truthfully, I don't really know. It's not really something that I spent a lot of time thinking about, if I'm being honest. I probably should have given it some more thought, but... I guess it does. It just isn't high on my priority list. My eyes wander over to Sayori and Monica. Sayori looks like she's a little sad about something, while Monica is apparently trying to cheer her up. The sight of them talking makes me feel grateful, but also a little guilty. As much as I have enjoyed spending time with Yuri, I haven't really seen much of Sayori over the past few months. So it's good to know that she has other friends, right?
Given how we're only second years, it's understandable.
Okay, I return my gaze to Yuri. Judging by the look on your face, you probably spent a little more time than I have on the matter, haha.
I suppose you could say that?
Let me guess. You want to go to university to study something like Japanese?
Was it really that obvious?
It was just a really fitting pick, that's all.
I suppose it is.
I imagine you're excited to go.
To university? Yes and no, actually. On the one hand, university can be a stimulating place, the amount of things you can learn while you're there. At high school, you're naturally limited by what your teachers choose to teach. From what I've gathered, you're given much more independence in undergraduate level. On the other hand, I've been at school for almost all my life. To make that jump, especially if I were to go to a new part of the country, well, it definitely invokes a lot of anxiety. There's a comfort to be had in routine. I know exactly what to expect. Well, for the most part, with school. Humans naturally dislike change, and as exciting as I think higher education will be, it comes at a cost.
When you put it like that, yeah, I can definitely see what you mean. My neck hurts like so. Oh my god, it hurts. But I think it's something we all have to go through at some point, right? Even if we go straight into work after leaving school. My eyes wander over to Natsuki. Her position hasn't changed in the slightest. Man, that manga must be pretty damn good. Yuri follows my line of sight. Her eyes land on Natsuki as well, given that the already thoughtful look on her face. It's hard to tell if her thoughts have changed.
Natsuki is only a first year, so I suppose there wouldn't be much sense in having this conversation with her.
No! No, that's not true. Why are you... Oh, well... No. But in the game, they're all 18. They're all seniors. Why in the frick? Why is Natsuki the first year and why me, Yuri, Sayori, and Monica are second years? Eh! I don't think my post-school plans have ever crossed my mind back when I first got into high school.
What about Sayori? Have you spoken about this with her?
Not really. We only began talking to one another a couple of months ago, and I catch myself just in time mentioning that Sayori and I haven't had much time to ourselves because I've spent so much time with Yuri. Would just make Yuri feel bad. Well, I guess there just hasn't been a right time. Besides, she never really struck me as someone who really gave much thought to her future. Kinda like me. Whereas someone like Monica, well, the impression I get from her is that she's probably got a plan. I struggle to myself, remembering how my parents used to say that my school years would flash in the blink of an eye. And so do these ads. I've had this conversation with Mom and Dad before. It was a while ago, though. I think they wanted me to go to university, so I guess our plans aren't too far off. Guessing you had a similar conversation with your parents, right? Yuri?
Yes, I think so.
The vague, uncertain nature to her answer throws me off guard for a moment, but it's not given much time to push it as Monica suddenly turns to us.
Hey, you two! Sorry about not saying hi just now. I was a little preoccupied.
It's all good. Everyone seems to be doing their own thing, so I don't think anyone really noticed. You okay, Sayori? You looked a little down when we walked in. Oh, I'm fine! What made you think that? I don't know. Guess it looked like that Monica was trying to cheer you up about something. Just how I interpreted the situation, that's all. There's nothing wrong, silly! How was your New Year's Eve? I glanced toward Yuri. There's a faint blush on her cheeks. It was really something. The look on Sayori's face goes from quizzical to understanding as she puts two and two together. Oh, you two, you're together, aren't you? I reach out and gently weaves Yuri's hand into mine. Yeah, we are. I knew that there was something going on between you two. I'm so happy for you guys. Sayori's smile is so huge, it's almost bordering on insincere. Great. That's precisely what this club needs. Lovey-dovey musty stuff.
I'm surprised you'd even notice the said mushy stuff with how absorbed you're into your manga you seem to be.
Doesn't block out the sound of people kissing it, you know? Sounds like it came
From personal experience.
She tips her manga down to glare at me. I grin and raise my free hand up in a comedic display of self-defense.
To be fair, she has a point. PDAs are a major no-no for me.
Don't worry, we'll save all the physical stuff for when you guys aren't around. What? Why are y'all looking at me like that? You never really think before you open your mouth, do you? What do you... The sound of the bell ringing cuts my question short, and soon after, the sound of scraping chairs fills the air as everyone starts packing up. Suddenly, as we're all heading towards the door, I realize what I just said caused so much awkwardness. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Guys! But Monica, Natsuki, and Sayori are already gone. Desperately, I turned to Yuri. You knew what I really meant, right? I awkwardly rubbed the back of my head. Yuri? You know?
You're quite endearing when you're flustered.
She smiles and heads off. Oh, this game is on! Yay! This transition is so adorable. It even hides your mouse cursor, which is really cool too. So your mouse cursor doesn't get in the way. It's nice to have a day to myself for once. Seems like it's been a while since I haven't made plans for the weekend. Funny thing, what joining a single club can do to your social life. That's probably an exaggeration on my part, though. I'm just used to staying in on the weekends, and whenever I do go out, it's a huge deal in my mind. Let's see, what should I do? Suddenly overwhelmed by the possibilities. Well, guess I should start by brushing my teeth and getting dressed. A fresh minty taste permits my mouth. Unfortunately, orange juice is out of the question for now. Might as well make another foray into the world of cooking. What was one of the recipes Yuri told me about before? Egg rice? It sounded pretty simple back then. Let's see if it actually is. I half-heartedly swirl some rice around in a bowl full of water. It's been a while since I cooked rice for myself. I'm just too impatient to wait for it to cook. Let's start. Egg rice is pretty good. The mouthfeel is kind of slimy, but the taste is there. I don't know if I actually cooked it correctly, but how badly could I have messed it up? Such a simple recipe. I might make it again the next time. I'm too lazy to make something more complex, which is to say, basically every meal. This has got to be more healthy than instant meals, though, right? I wonder if Yuri's eating this right now too. She did say she eats it for breakfast quite often. It's like the cheesy saying where people are connected by the same moon overhead. But instead of the moon, we're connected by eggy rice? What? Yuri does wake up way earlier than me though, so she's probably finished eating by now. Speaking of Yuri, should probably make some headway on one of the countless books she recommended to me if I want to be able to keep up with her. Let's see. I've only gotten through a few more chapters in the book, but I'm already feeling restless. The plot isn't bad, but the themes seem a bit elusive to me. It interestingly employs a stream of consciousness style, the narration too, that I'm not used to reading. I wonder if Yuri ever gets bored when reading. It's not like she has some inhuman reading machine, so there must be some writers who she dislikes. Knowing her, she'd be the type of the person to soldier on and finish the book anyway, despite her feelings toward it. Maybe I should go outside and stretch my legs for a bit, then come back to the book later with fresh eyes. It's that type of winter day outside that's sunny yet still chilly. The clear, cold sunshine lights up the uniformly gray sky. This kind of sunlight has always reminded me of a bit of the hue on the fluorescent lights. It makes the air seem strangely crystalline. Unfortunately for me, it's not cold enough to warrant bundling up in a bunch of layers. Just my sweater is enough to keep me comfortable. Some people have crazy cold tolerances. I'll never be able to reach the levels of girls who can wear skirts in freezing weather. Speaking of which, there's a girl in a skirt approaching me. Looks like she looks like she's walking her dog. Huh? Is that Shiori? I forgot what voice I gave you. Hey, Shiori. I forgot what voice I gave her. Uh-oh.
What's up, Jake?
Didn't know you lived this close to me.
Oh, is this your house over there? I wouldn't say I live too close by. It's just that I take really long walks.
Huh. Maybe you should go on a run with Emmy sometime.
Huh, as if I'd be able to keep up with her. Anyway, it's just that my dog really likes being outside, so I hit two birds with one stone by getting both me and my dog exercise this way. Isn't that right, Machi?
Machi barks cheerfully in response, wagging his tail furiously. Machi, it's a cute name. It matches Liz's looks too. He's really just a huge ball of white fur.
Yep. Except it looks kind of like a gigantic blobs of white machis, don't they?
I mean, maybe if you squint really hard and have terrible vision.
You just don't know how to appreciate dogs or machi. So, are you enjoying the sunny day as well, or are you gonna pop back into your nasty taco den after this?
Well, I decided to take a walk. Hey, I do not have a nasty taco den. I wouldn't even call myself an otaku. Just because a guy dabbles in the occasional anime or manga doesn't mean that he's an otaku. Don't forget the video games. Oh yeah, wait!
Don't worry, I won't tell any girls about it.
How do you even know what hobbies I'm into?
Look, just because I don't confiscate the manga you read in class doesn't mean I don't notice it. You should be thankful you have such a chill class rep, huh? Otherwise, next time you swap manga with your buddies, you might find yourself in a huge trouble,
says the girl who widely modifies her uniform. And just so you know, the girls I hang out with don't mind those things. Or at least, I don't think so.
I'm just teasing you, Jake.
Yeah. Do you have a cram school or something after this? I assume that's why you're wearing your uniform out on a Saturday.
Nah, it's just a habit from my old school. I used to get this really prestigious private school that required everyone to wear their uniforms outside. Like every high school student wears their uniform when they go to academic related things like cram school. But we had to wear our uniforms when we were just hanging out outside of school too. Something about holding ourselves accountable for our conduct both in and out of school.
Sounds suffocating.
No kidding. The headmaster had a giant stick up his butt.
So are you overcompensating with your current uniform then? Making up all those years you couldn't customize your uniform?
Hey, let's just say that I'm glad the rules are less strict at our school.
Machi suddenly barks and tugs his leash, causing Shiori to stumble a bit.
Okay, Machi. Looks like he wants to get going now. I'll see you later. I'll see you at school, Jake.
Heh, see ya. Machi runs off with a struggling Shiori in tow. It says of Shiori's, the one being walked by her dog. Well, I should probably head back to finish my book anyhow. It's night by the time I flip over the last page of the novel and snap the cover shut. That's one book down, a billion more to go. You proud of me yet, Yuri? I'm about to contemplate rewarding myself by bringing an anime series when my cell phone rings. Speak of the devil, it's Yuri. I guess that she's not calling to praise me on my literary accomplishments. Oh, you just have her, when did you take that picture, my dude? Hey Yuri, what's up?
Hello, Jake.
Just calling to say hi?
Oh, yes, I suppose. Am I interrupting something?
I hope I'm not bothering you.
Nah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I hope I'm not bothering you.
Nah, don't worry. You're all good. I just finished one of the books you recommended me.
Oh, which one?
It was that translated story about the thief who gets released from jail and becomes obsessed with the people who put them there.
And how did you like it?
I think I liked it overall, but it kind of made me feel a bit depressed too.
How so?
Well, the protagonist definitely isn't totally moral himself. I mean, he's a thief that ends up killing people by the end. But I couldn't help sympathizing with him. He lost everything while in jail, and even his family, and just couldn't find his way back into society.
Is it true that he absolutely couldn't help but slip back into his old ways though?
And my phone keeps going off. I guess not. He did have a mentor who gave him shelter and advice. Still, I found myself agreeing with him when he started to become a sort of a anarchist revolutionary.
I suppose you commiserated with the lack of justice from the protagonist's point of view.
Yeah, I did like how ironic the ending was. The main character spends the whole book calling his enemies traitors and dogs, but in the end he gets killed by police dogs.
I think that I would agree with you on the story being a rather melancholic one. It's quite the exceptional bit of literature. However, I do disagree with the protagonist's actions myself. The way I see it, while the main character's life is unfair in some aspects, he also uses his anger and anarchism ideas to hide his own flawed character. After all, the story employs first-person narration and stream of consciousness, so there's an element of unreliable narrators there.
That's true. He did just justify some pretty bad things.
But in the end, death is greatest equalizer. Just as the protagonist dies, so shall his supposed enemies. It really makes you think about the futility of life.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to that. Man, what a depressing turn this conversation's taken. Do you think the main character could have changed, though? I mean, if he were a real person or something.
Well, it's not as though people are locked into a certain personalities and dispositions at birth. I believe that people's experiences can deeply change how they see the world. The main character certainly had the ability to change, but all the events that happened to him caused him to become more misanthropic and embittered.
I'd agree with that. This kind of touches on the nature versus nurture debate too, right?
Nature versus nurture? One of the biggest questions regarding the human condition? I'm inclined to focus on how people's environment affects them, rather than on what they genetically predisposed to do myself.
What's going on outside? I hear I'm not crazy. Ow, man. Yeah. Oh, it's a UPS truck. Ooh, hold on a second. That's weird. I saw a UPS guy. Oof.
That's one of the reasons why I love reading people's, both real and fictional, stories so much. You get to see how characters develop through all the conflicts they endure. It's almost like a parent watching their child grow, but sped up to fit in the hours it would take you to read the book.
Huh. Might only take you a few hours, but it'd probably take me much longer than that.
It doesn't take a long time when you become completely absorbed by the story. And what's amazing about literature is that it can make you sympathize with despicable people by showing you how their mindsets are warped by their experiences.
But how do you know how much a person's personality can be attributed to nature or nurture? There's no real way you can measure that kind of thing.
Oh, good point.
What if your brain is wired in a way that makes you more likely to enjoy things like literature and tea? Maybe dopamine gets released into your brain in a different way that it does in mine. That's just an example, though. I'm no neuroscientist.
Perhaps how much is the wrong question. It may be accurate to ask something along the lines of how nature and nurture interact. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed the novel. I may be sending more recommendations your way soon.
Hold on, I still have a long list of books to go. Thanks for giving me all these recommendations, though. It's really helped ease me back into the literary world. Well, if you count the children's book I read as a kid as part of the literary world.
Of course, Jake. I'm always happy to share my love for literature with others.
I could practically hear the smile in her voice. I know this is actually the first time today that I picked up my phone to use.
Do you call people often then?
No, I mean I mostly use it to play games and read random posts online. Today's been really quiet for me though, in a good way. All I did was cook, read, and go for a walk. Oh, and talk to you.
That sounds like a lovely day, Jake. Quite similar to mine, actually.
Seems like you're really rubbing off on me. We were out together a bit at that. These gentle moments with Yuri, I wish they could last forever.
I hope that's a good thing.
Are you kidding me? Of course it is. My mom would kill for a daughter like you. I realized too late what I just implied. Good one, Jake. Yuri's probably gonna hang up from embarrassment now how shy she is. I mean, you definitely have better grades than me and stuff.
I'm sure you're simply doubting yourself. Anyway, it's getting a bit late now, so...
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later.
See you in school, Jake.
See ya. Smooth, Jake, smooth.
Another transition!
I want to check my weather because I don't know how good it is right now. Excuse me, I would like to click on the weather button. Oh, great. Severe thunderstorm watch. Special weather statement, severe thunder warning, heat advisory. We got 4 severe weather alerts today. Another day, another 7 or so hours spent indoors at school. And hold on a second, I need to check something. I have these wireless headphones I need to check for battery percentage, just to make sure it's good enough charge. It's good enough a charge. It's good enough a charge. It's good enough a charge. Alright, well... I think I'm gonna come back to this. I'm not gonna end the video, but I'm gonna save it here. And I'm gonna go ahead and record a second half of this because I want to get some stuff done before either might start raining or something happens outside. So I guess I'll see you guys in a bit then. Take care for God knows how long I'll be, but yay! I'll come back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, I'm sorry guys. I said I was gonna be right back and then I was just in such serious pain with my neck. It's much better now. It's actually legit been 2 days. 2 days. And I apologize. I was in a lot of pain and I needed to take a couple of days off to let myself heal before I do anything out of the ordinary, you know? Ooh. But, you know, I'm back to playing Blue Skies again, and now this is the second half of the first video. I'm so sorry that I was too late on this. I'm really sorry, but I really want to get back into it because I missed so much, and I've been sitting here like, oh my god, I really want to continue this game. Why the frick am I not doing it? And I'm like, god damn it. But now I'm here. I'm finally doing it. I want to say a quick little thing too. I am finally. I'm trying to do more than just Fortnite on my Twitch channel. Yesterday I just did a stream on Warzone. I might try to get on Warzone again today. So I'll try to do that. I will try to re-upload that Warzone stream to the channel at some point. So, yeah. But Anyway, let's continue on this. If you guys want to go and watch my Twitch streams live, though, link in the description. Anyway, let's get into it. Another day, another 7 or so hours spent indoors at school. Countless hours lost training to enter the rat race of corporate life, conditioning us to equate wealth to self-worth. Well, let's get dressed. Let's also go see my waifu Yuri. No time for breakfast today, unfortunately. Oh, I'm not gonna degrade myself by running around with toast in my mouth either. So an empty stomach it is. And also, every single day. It's literally every single day that I'm hearing somebody down, or I'm hearing something. My God. Ugh. Also, to help freshen up my voice a little bit, I have a drink finally. Because I keep forgetting how much I keep forgetting how much my voice hurts after I do Yuri. Monica's not that bad. I like Monica's voice, but I think Yuri's voice is that will kill me though, and so will Monica's though. But still, maybe I can grab a coffee from a vending machine somewhere. I wouldn't mind snagging bread from the school store either. Melon bread has always been my favorite, if a bit childish. See, I always liked it a lot too. Well, I guess you'd only like any kind of sweet bread. Ooh, curry bread is really good as well. It's definitely comfort food to me. Fried bread with a curry filling? Man, I'm making myself hungry. You're only torturing yourself here, Jake. Can't help but feel something niggling on the back of my mind. It's a weird, nebulous feeling, like something's just a bit off. Don't tell me I forgot something. What in the fresh hell? I think I know what it is, because... God dang it. I hate triggering my stupid thing. Why are you lying on the floor? Hold on, guys. Alright. Quickly hoisting my bag in my arms, I rifle through its contents. Nope, looks like all my homework and workbooks are here. Oh, no use driving myself crazy over it. I have all my stuff with me. I could probably wait. It's probably not that important anyway. Turns out it's really important. Within a few minutes, the school comes into view. Wait a minute. I stop cold, mentally face-palming myself. I'm not walking with Sayori. No! Actually, I haven't walked to school with her in a while. Now that I think about it, the last time I walked with her was before winter break. By this time, I'm virtually in front of the school, though, so it'd be a total overkill to rush back so I could walk with her. Besides, it's nearly time for school to start. If she isn't nearly here by now, she's gonna be late. And if I go back to look for her, I'll be late too. Ugh, feels a bit like I'm betraying her, though. With one last glance back, I step through the school gates. I'll just have to check up on her out at the club. Who knows, maybe she started coming to school earlier. Wouldn't be harder to get her here earlier than me, after all. Gotta remember to catch up with her one of these days. Sayori. When we were kids, we were practically inseparable. What happened to us? Best friends forever, huh? I rest my head on my hand and close my eyes, letting Sakari's droning wash over me. Soon enough, I can barely register the lecture going on in the background. Whoa, oh my God. Whoa. Wow. That's adorable. I'm gonna screenshot this for no reason at all. For my thumbnail, guys. Can you believe it? Did I already take a thumbnail shot, though? I probably did, but don't really know. Sayori's pretty cute as a kid. She used to always wear tank tops and shorts. Her hair was just as messy back then as it is now. Oh no, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but we thought that we'd get married in the future. Of course, kids don't really get that what marriage actually is. But we just kind of expected everything to stay the same forever. Forever is a long time, though. And nothing planned out the way. Oh, God. I'm trying to prop myself up. This is serious. Nothing panned out the way we thought it would. I wonder if she regrets losing contacts for so long. Funny thing, how you can drift apart despite being neighbors. I don't know if I'd say that she's changed a lot, but things are still pretty different. Not to mention that I've definitely changed too. And now, Yuri. How I managed to get a girl like Yuri to fall for me, I'll never know. If anything, my dating Yuri now shows how much I've changed. From hanging out with a loud-mouthed, bubbly girl to quiet, bookish types. Maybe that whole opposites attract thing is true. Not that our personalities are so different. I feel like I'm becoming more and more like her every day. Or at least, I hope so. Intelligent, well-spoken, soothing. Well, it's not like she doesn't have her flaws, though. Seems like Yuri has plenty of baggage herself. The social anxiety, for one thing. With any luck, I'll be able to rub off on Yuri, too, and help her with some of her issues. I don't expect that I'll be able to cure her or anything by myself. Hopefully I'll be able to support her where she needs it. It's funny how much brighter the future can seem if you can be together with someone you truly care about. Together. Is Yuri gonna... Is it something... forever? No, 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 no. Why? I come back to recording and this happens? No. No. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. Please, stop. Stop. Huh? Sayori? You said we would be together forever. Wait. So why? But that was when we were kids. Why did you leave me all alone? I'm sorry. Is my friendship not enough? I don't know what happened. I thought you wanted me around again. When we started walking together again. I guess I was wrong. No, that's not it. Oh, what the frick? What is going on? What is going on? Why is it like the regular Doki Doki Literature Club all over again? No! This is who you really want, right? Stop. It's not like that. I just hope the same thing won't happen to her. That's not what happened. We can't stay in the past like this. I'm sorry about what happened between us, but please don't break her heart just like you did mine. This isn't healthy. We can't change the past. Please, just hear me out. Why aren't you saying anything? I'm trying. I really am. Please, just say something. I don't want it to be like how it was before. Don't leave me without a word for years. Tell me that you're not gonna run away again. I was scared. Tell me that you can at least face me. Please. I'm sorry, Sayori. Jake? But... no matter how many times I apologize, it won't change anything. We have to move on from this. Otherwise, we won't be able to fix anything. I didn't choose Yuri over you. I care about you both, just in different ways. Please, Sayori, let's look forward to the future together. You, me, and Yuri, even Natsuki and Monica. Let's all support each other. Friends forever, right? What is going on? What is going on? Isn't that right, Yuri? Yuri? Oh my god, I don't like this. No! No! What are you doing to me? What are you
Past is never dead. It's not even past.
Huh? Oh!
That's a quote from Requiem for a Gnome by Faulkner.
What?
I don't expect that you've read any of his work, though. You're not much of a reader, are you?
What is going on?
You'll never be able to keep up with me. You know, I can tell that you're just being insecure every time we speak about literature.
That's not true at all.
You don't have to keep up your false pretenses, Jake. Otherwise, you'll just come up as... Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that word.
Yuri, why? No, that face. It's the face that gets me.
Well, Jake, what do you have to say for yourself? Jake!
Stop.
Jake! No. Jake!
What?
Jeez, Jake, if you want to sleep in class, you should really be stealthier.
What? Sleep? So it was just a dream then. Oh my god. What the hell? Please say it was a dream, please! Please! Oh my god, an ad. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, it's not a Robin Slayer video without an ad, is it? But oh my god, 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 that was so terrifying. Oh my god, that was scary. What the hell? It takes me a moment to get my bearings back, but once my head clears, I'm back in reality. And in this case, reality is in his history class. How the hell am I supposed to control how I wake up?
By not sleeping so deeply, for one thing. Yeah, I called your name a bunch of times before you woke up. You're lucky that we're supposed to be doing a group activity right now. Otherwise, it might have been Sakuri waking you up with a slap from the workbook.
Yeah. Very good class rep you are, letting classmates sleep in class.
Hey, I can report you if you want me to.
No, I think I'm good, thanks.
It'd be good after taking a nice long nap, too.
Hey, give me a break. Yet another school day is done and over with. Oh my god, why did you add that in the game, you pieces of crap? Mod creators, I hate you so much. I wanted this to be a happy mod. I did not want to see that freaking face again. After Halloween, I thought after Halloween, I was like, okay, that maybe was a coincidence that Yuri, her face changed or something like that. No, please let that still be a coincidence. I do not want that to happen again. You know, the school day is done and over with. Fortunately, the rest of my classes were less eventful. Now I've got to try and stay awake in the literature club. My phone suddenly begins to vibrate when I step to the side of the corridor to check it. Huh? It's Monica? Scratch that. It's a new group chat she made for the literature club. That's actually pretty smart.
Hey guys, no club today. Sorry for the short notice. I have a class rep meeting.
Aw. Oh, that Kimoji suits you perfectly, Natsuki. LOL. Yeah, is that a pic in of you in real life? Shut up. I chuckled to myself as I put my phone away. You could say I'm carrying the literature club around in my pockets now. My smile turns into a sigh, though, as I watch everyone around me rushing to their respective clubs. I guess it's the go home club for me today. I'm home. Maybe I'll take a quick nap. Not like my mom's home to nag me about it. Flopping down on my bed, I bury my face in the covers. No, please don't make another dream, please. No. However, my relaxation is cut short when my phone rings, startling me out of my daze. God damn it, this better be... God damn it, this better be good. Oh, it's Yuri. Hello?
Jake, hi.
What's up, Yuri?
Tell me if I'm being too forward, but would you mind if I came over to your house right now?
Sure thing. Do you want to hang out, or...?
Well, this may be a bit strange for me to say, but my house it's a little too quiet for me today. It's not that I'm afraid in the traditional sense of the word, but I feel very unsettled by myself.
God, I don't like the sounds. I'm already scared. I'm already scared. I'm scared. You're scaring me. That really is weird. Yuri, of all people, having trouble with things being quiet? Huh? Are your parents not home?
No, they aren't.
Do you want me to meet you at your place and walk you back? We could take the bus too.
No, you don't really have to bother.
It's seriously no bother. I'm doing anything right now. I'm not doing anything right now, so...
No, it's fine, really. I want to walk back by myself for a while and gather my thoughts.
Well, if you're sure, call me if you need me to come, alright?
Okay, thank you. I'll be seeing you shortly then.
See you in a bit. So, Yuri's coming over, huh? Oh man, I really need to clean this place up. Can't help but think that it would have been easier for me to just go over to her place. Oh well, I'm gonna take better care of my house anyway. Can't believe how hard I'm breathing just from cleaning things up. Granted, I've been really speeding along to finish on time, but still. Right on cue, the doorbell rings. Hopefully, I don't look as frenzied as I feel. Hey, Yuri!
Hello, Jake. Thanks for having me on such short notice.
It's all good. What kind of boyfriend would I be if I wasn't accommodating to you? What the frick? To be honest, it still feels a little surreal when I think about how I'm dating Yuri. And judging by the blush on Yuri's face, she feels the same way.
Even if you say that as your girlfriend, I should be considerate of your schedule too.
Well, my schedule's completely free right now, so come on in. Yuri smiles a shy smile, and that pulls at my heart. A gust of wind whistles through the open door, momentarily causing us to shiver. It's gotten pretty cold outside, huh? And also I'm hearing a lot of noises, huh?
It's definitely winter, although it's my favorite season. The chill can be less than comfortable.
Good thing I know the perfect remedy for that. Cuddling together indoors with a good book.
It does sound wonderful.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Any hot tea that you have would be perfect.
Fine by me. I think I have some green or black tea left. I quickly pop out into the kitchen and start searching through the cabinets. Pots, pans, baking supplies, spices. They somehow run out. I don't even think I drink tea that often. As I shove the box of cake mix back into the shelf, a couple of packets of powder fall into the floor. What's this? Wonder if this would do. Hey, hope I didn't leave you waiting for too long.
Really, it's fine. It makes me happy just being here.
Not as happy as I am with you here. Man, when did I turn into such a cornball? A cheesy line Yuri made giggle, at least. Anyway, I couldn't find any tea, but I did find this. If you'd like to try it out. I hold up a packet of cocoa powder for Yuri to examine.
Hot cocoa? I've never had that powdered version before, but let's try it.
Ooh, your adventurous side is coming out, eh?
Maybe. I'm not one to turn down a hot drink during the winter.
Let's get going then. Within a few moments, we have 2 steaming mugs of instant cocoa in front of us. Having just been mixed, a tan froth swirls into a spiral on the surface. Yuri peers down into the liquid with a look of anticipation. Still can't believe that you've never had instant cocoa before. And I bet that you're the type of person to heat up the milk on the stove rather than in the microwave too. Okay, I know that. I know that someone's home. So
Microwaves are simply inferior devices as compared to stoves.
of course. Well, you gonna try it then?
I suppose so.
She raises the mug to her lips and takes a hesitant sip. There's a strange look on her face. I mean, I don't expect an instant powder to be able to match up with the real thing, but I can't tell if she likes it or not. What do you think?
I don't really know how to describe it. It tastes...
Like it was made from an instant mix?
Exactly.
A bit of chuckle at that, filling the warm kitchen with warmer laughter. Yuri closes her eyes and sighs contently, tracing the rim of her mug with a finger.
I remember my mother making me hot cocoa during Christmas time when I was younger. Even now, I can never make my cocoa as creamy as she could.
Do you still have cocoa with your mom? Like you could just freeload off of her.
That is, I used to freeload off of her for many more things during the holidays. Once, I even ended up eating all the peppermint bark.
Huh? Didn't know you had such a sweet tooth. Now that I think about it though, Yuri has shown a propensity for eating sweets before.
Well, it's a bit more understated now, but when I was in elementary school, I definitely did. I suppose I grew out of it. Anyway, I believe that one of the reasons why my mother started teaching me how to cook was because I was always asking her to cook something for me.
Huh. That makes sense. It's like my mom probably wishes she did that as well.
I was quite the voracious eater as a child.
If we'd been friends as kids, we probably could have eaten our parents out of house and home between the two of us. Actually, I guess Sayori and I kinda did that anyway.
Sayori's appetite is forever insatiable, it would seem.
You got that right.
Did the two of you spend Christmas times together then?
Mm-hmm. We were practically thick as thieves within a week of our first meeting. I think we spent every single Christmas together until middle school.
That was when you two drifted apart, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I still kind of feel guilty about that.
Was it not mutual? The diminishing of your friendship, I mean?
It happened kind of naturally, in my opinion. So I guess it was mutual? I don't know. That was around the time the divorce was happening, so I was preoccupied with my own angst at the time too. I'm sure that contributed a lot to it.
I see. It's no wonder that you might have felt like not talking then.
Guess so. Sayori, my mom, and I used to be really close back then.
Your mother may be busy working now, but you can still maintain your relationship with Sayori, couldn't you? After all, you did spend this past Christmas with her, along with the rest of the literature club.
Don't want to tell Yuri that I've kind of dropped off and hanging out with Sayori again after beginning to date her. Yeah, but I still feel like it's not enough to make up for everything. Like, I'm not the only one with problems, right?
Yes, but that doesn't invalidate your issues, Jake.
I really value her friendship, but at the same time, I'd feel weird to suddenly talk to her about this stuff. Am I supposed to act all moody with such a bright and bubbly girl? Hell, I don't even know how much about her current life. I don't know who her other friends are, or whether she likes anyone, or if anyone likes her. So what gives me the right to butt back into her life again?
But if you still want to remain close to her, and I suspect that you do, you'll have to somehow confront the guilt within you. Maybe if you speak to her about it, you find that she doesn't blame you for anything at all. Actually, I think that's why she'd likely say to you.
Yeah, Sayori is the type of person to forgive and forget. I've always liked her optimism. It kind of balanced out my occasional criticism. cynicism. Balance.
Where do you think the two of you would be if you hadn't drifted apart?
I don't know. Really close for one thing. Oh God. Excuse me. I'd probably be a lot more tired all the time if from taking care of her. Have you seen the way she come out of her house in the morning? She can be pretty needy, but in the good way.
I'm sure you're only exaggerating. After all, Sayori is a cute girl.
Oh, Jake, you're the most oblivious guy in existence. If we hadn't drifted apart, I probably would have joined the literature club sooner too. Then I could have met you sooner. Who knows? Another timeline, we could be celebrating our 1-year anniversary already. It's a relatively good save, isn't it?
Maybe.
Give anything in the world for these moments, though. When we're just talking together in a cozy place. I slide my fingers between hers and squeeze her hand, which remain limp in my grip. Please don't be upset. Please don't be as upset as my imagination is making you out to be. Suddenly, Yuri pushes her chair back and stands up.
Sorry, but could I use the bathroom?
Huh? Oh, of course. You know where it is, right?
Yes. No, please excuse me.
Yuri quickly leaves the room, leaving me alone with her long, cooled cocoa. Ugh, Jake, why do you always have to mess things up? Put my head down on the table, closing my eyes and letting out a heavy sigh. The table's cool on my forearms, but I can feel my cheeks heating up. And what is it? Embarrassment? Guilt? Ugh, can't tell. Just calm down, Jake. Calm down. Oh no. Huh? Did I manage to doze off? Must have developed narcolepsy or something. More importantly, though, where's Yuri? If she's still in the bathroom, I'm probably only knocked out for a minute or two. Holy, it's dark outside. Quick look at my phone confirms that I've been asleep for an hour. Maybe Yuri left already. It'd be in character for her to not want to disturb me in my sleep. Better check the bathroom though, just in case. The door is closed, and I don't want to try the doorknob just in case Yuri's still in there. Oh. God, I hate this so much. Yeah. There's a sharp inhale, like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Yuri, are you in there? A loud yelp sounds from within, followed by the clattering of something falling on the floor. Are you hurt? Hold on, I'm coming in. To my relief, the doorknob turns in my grasp. This might be an invasion of privacy, but if she's hurt, oh God. No. No. I knew it. You just couldn't help yourself, mod creator. I bet you don't even like Yuri. I don't even think you like Yuri. I think you're just doing this to be a piece of crap. And my phone is going off at the moment. Alright, time to get emotional, guys. It's time to get emotional. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yuri?
No! No! No, 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 no! Huh? She quickly pulls her sleeve down. Please tell me that was just like, you know, like a worried face. It really wasn't like anything serious. She grimaces in pain as she does so. Must have agitated her fresh wounds. What? Seems like my brain has short-circuited. I have no idea where I should look. I somehow can't bring myself to make eye contact. Yuri's opted to hide her face behind the sheet of hair, nervously weaving a strand of hair between her fingers. Yuri? Did you do that?
Would you believe me if I said that I didn't?
What did you use? Yuri's eyes darts downwards for a second. There's a bloody razor blade on the floor. The tiles around it splattered with tiny droplets of blood. I gingerly pick it up with 2 fingers and wrap it in a rad of toilet paper. Have you been cutting yourself? In here this whole time? No answer. She still won't look at me. Why? Is it because of what I said about Sayori? Yuri, I'm sorry, truly. I should have been more considerate. I didn't mean to come off that way. I was just... At this, she finally breaks her silence.
No,
Yuri?
it's not your fault, Jake. I'm afraid that it's just me and my own failings.
What are you talking about? If I hadn't said anything...
This would have been inevitable.
Huh? I don't get what you're saying. Could you help me understand, please?
Okay. But could you give me a little time to clean up and think things through a bit?
Of course, I'll be waiting in the living room.
Wait.
What is it? Do you need any help?
I just need some bandages and rubbing alcohol to clean and dress my arm.
There should be some in the medicine cabinet over there. Feel free to help yourself to anything you need. And tell me if you need any help.
I got it.
God.
Now excuse me.
I shuffle out of the bathroom, although not before I pocket the toilet paper covered razor blade. That thing is going straight into the trash. Yuri. My body feels like stone as I sink into the couch. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to think. The reality of it all is just beginning to hit me. Yuri cuts herself? It's true that I've never seen her without long sleeves before, but how could she be doing such a thing, and why? Does her family know about it? All of a sudden, an abundance of thoughts pour into my mind as if a dam had burst into my brain. With the shock worn off, there's just too much to think about. Is Yuri seeing a doctor for this? There's gotta be some kind of therapist or specialist in this, right? And I hate to think about it, but is Yuri suicidal? I'm so lost in my ruminations that I hardly notice when Yuri's in front of me. Please, no one bother me right now, please. Oh, you're out. You okay? Sorry, that was a moronic thing to say. Are you good to talk, though? If you're not comfortable, you don't have to.
No, it's okay. I feel terrible if I were to leave you clueless.
Really, you don't have to force yourself.
But this is the sort of situation where I do need to force myself.
Oh god, we're in a cycle of uncomfortable politeness. Well, if you're sure, but just remember that you don't have to tell me everything if you're not ready to yet.
Thank you, Jake.
We sit together in silence for a moment, even though we're right next to each other. It feels like there's an uncomfortable gap in between us. A gap that may never be able to comprehend. Yuri clears her throat.
Jake, just so you know, this isn't any of your doing. I know what you're thinking. You probably think that I'm jealous of Sayori, and that's why. That's why I cut myself, right?
Yeah, that is what I was thinking, but I'm guessing that it's not true. She nods slowly.
To be honest, I am actually jealous of Sayori, but not in that way. I trust you, Jake, enough to know that you wouldn't secretly harbor feelings for someone else, that is. I'm jealous of Sayori as a person.
No, she's crying.
I wish I were anyone but me.
Tears start pooling into the corners of Yuri's eyes as her voice starts to waver.
I wish that I could be cute and bubbly and energetic. Not that this gloomy, self-pitying and loquacious of a girl.
Oh. She struggles to get the words out through her tear, her strengthened stutter marking the severity of her emotional turmoil. Yuri.
That's not all either. I'm jealous of your relationship with Sayori. I could never imagine being that close to someone To be more accurate, I'm jealous of the relationship itself.
I try to hold Yuri in my arms, but stop when she flinches away at my touch. But what about us? Do you think that we're close? I love you just the way you are, Yuri. She shakes her head, wiping her face with a sleeve.
I've been keeping all these secrets from everyone, including you. This is like a self-exile, isn't it?
The wavering laugh she makes breaks my heart.
Can I be so close to someone if I can't help but hide my true self?
Yuri, I don't really know what to say except to deny your claims. There's a reason why I started dating you. Because I love you. And these thoughts, this is why you cut yourself today? Do you do it often?
I harm myself when I get overwhelmed by my emotions. Obviously, I wasn't thinking straight when I went to the bathroom just then. I hate myself so much sometimes that I need to take it out on my skin and flesh. How else am I going to receive my just punishment?
Punishment? You don't need to be punished for anything. You stop doing this to yourself, Yuri. She gives me an absolutely miserable look.
I know, but I don't know if I can.
Could you please try to stop, though? Please. Have you talked to your parents about it? Could they help? There's a long moment of silence. When Yuri finally speaks, it's barely audible.
I imagine they would have done everything in their power to help me.
Suddenly hits me like a truck. Yuri's parents are dead. All these clues, and I never noticed it. Her nervousness, whenever I asked her about her family, her constant use of the past tense when talking about them. My eyes begin to tear up at the realization of all the pain that Yuri's been through. She looks like she's trying to put out a strong front, but tears quickly begin to roll down her face again. They're gone, aren't they? At once she buries her face in my chest, muffling her quiet weeping. Yuri. Gently wrap my arms around her. We sit together like that for who knows how long. The warmth of our embrace reassures me, telling me that Yuri is safe with me for now. But at the same time, a voice in the back of my head says that her mind, her thoughts are unreachable. All I could do now is hold her, lonely as she is in the land of tears. Yuri? She stopped crying by now, but still seems to be hiding from the world in my chest. Jake, do you want to go to bed now? We can talk about anything else you want to in the morning.
Yes, that sounds nice.
She slowly rises up and stretches, running through the hair with her fingers. Oh, and one last thing. Tell me if it's too personal for you to share.
What is it?
Do you ever think about killing yourself?
No. Sorry, but no. I don't want to die, but I can't find any other way that I can cope with this life.
I see. I can't say that I completely understand it, but I'm extremely relieved to know that.
Could we go to bed now? I'm afraid that I'm emotionally exhausted.
Of course. Let's head upstairs then. You can take my bed. I'll just sleep on the couch in the living room or something.
Wait.
Oh, the shadow and stuff like that. I think I'm still gonna use the series a kid, the picture that I took a thumbnail of, and just say that I'm just gonna say that oh god, I'm just gonna say that I'll figure something out. But
wait.
Yuri suddenly reaches out and takes the hold of my sleeve.
We can sleep together.
Huh? A blush reddens Yuri's pallid face.
In the same bed. It would be unfair to ask you to do otherwise. Please don't leave me alone.
Don't worry. I never do that to you. We get ready for bed and soon find ourselves snuggling together under the covers. Neither of us speak, but the silence of the room is imbued with a certain understanding. Yuri clings onto my arm as we fall asleep together, her slender arms entwined with mine. Right as I'm about to succumb to sleep, I hear a murmur from Yuri.
Don't leave.
My tongue is thick from drowsiness, but I manage to get one word out in reply. Never. It's been so long since I see this transition. I like it, but this is the first time I've actually never felt this was sad. This got real sad. I'm not stopping. You know, I'm not stopping. I'm not. I need to know. I need to know what's gonna happen. I'm not stopping. I'm not waiting. I'm not doing any of that. So I'm slowly... Really? My freaking phone has to ruin it? Like, right now? No, you know what? You're gonna be going off for a long time, phone. Long time. Okay. Oof. So I'm slowly roused back into consciousness. I let a long yawn, watching the faint streams of sunlight permeate my room. I'm still feeling a little drowsy, so I should just... Wait, why does my chest feel so warm? My eyes take in sight in front of me. The memories from last night come flooding back. The cuts, the fear on her face, the plea to stay with me overnight. One of her sleeves has pushed up slightly, affording me a sight I'd rather I didn't have access to. Seen such marks on Yuri's pale arm, some of which still look fairly new. I wince, as though it's my own flesh which bears the scars. Why? How? So many questions. A small sound from Yuri pulls me away from the flurry of thoughts in my head. It sounds like a content sigh. If I look closely, I can make out a small smile on her face as she clings to me a little harder. A wave of happiness coursed through me, which, having seen her scars again, feels a little foreign. Still, it feels incredible to have someone you love cuddle up against you in their sleep. Something about the physical closeness during such an intimate moment. I reach out and gently stroke the top of her head. She smells faintly of lavender, her hair soft and silken. It's a given that someone like Yuri takes care of herself, I suppose, with no parents around. Is that when she started? No! Don't want this moment ruined by anything. We can talk about all of that stuff later. I just want to see her happy for now. And just focus on the smell and softness of her hair, along with the feel of her head on my chest. I don't know how long we stayed in that peaceful embrace, but eventually Yuri stirs up to offer me a smile while she rises from my chest. Opening her eyes, as slowly sits up and lets out a small yawn. There's silence for a moment.
You were up before I was?
Yeah, hard to believe, right? Don't worry. I find it just as hard to believe as you do. My attempt at humor is weak. Yuri laughs as well, but it's easily to tell that it's a little forced. There's no denying the tension. The elephant in the room may have been averted while we were sleeping, but there's no escape now. So, Yuri, I was wondering... She probably gets out of bed and heads for the door. Without a glance back in my direction, she speaks. Her assertive tone surprises me.
Let's make breakfast, Jake.
But...
Please?
She turns to face me, and while she isn't making eye contact, I can read the message on her face. Not yet. Wearily, I climb out of bed and follow her down the hallway, wondering how the rest of the day will go. To say that breakfast wasn't a comfortable affair would be quite the understatement. Yuri wasn't making eye contact and even stopped frequently to ensure her sleeves were completely covered her wrists. Every time she picked up a knife to cut some food, I couldn't help but wince. My mind was doing me no favors. Has she cut herself with a knife? Last night, she used a razor blade. Does she have a stash of them at home? Or is her cutting habit related to her knife collecting hobby? The tension has grown in tenfold since she woke up. I'm desperately trying to think of a way to break the uneasy silence, but I can't come up with anything. Democracy can only get me so far. How am I meant to even approach the topic? I've never had a friend who self-harmed before. I stir to the last remaining crumbs of my meal. eating in silence has proven to be unbelievably awkward. Desperate for something to do, I stand up and head for the sink. At least the prospect of washing up my plate gives me something to focus on. As I stand by the sink, Yuri's voice pierces the silence.
I'm really sorry.
For what? She gestures around her.
For this. For everything.
I dump the unwashed plate into the sink and walk over to her. She's staring forlornly at the ground. You don't have to apologize for anything, seriously. Am I the only person who knows?
Yes.
Then, well, sorry if I sound presumptuous, but, well, I imagine it must be pretty hard, right?
Very much so. It's a little overwhelming.
Take one of her hands in mine. She's shaking. It's okay, Yuri. It's okay. Just take your time. There's no rush. She nods.
I imagine you probably have a few questions you want to ask.
There's no point trying to beat around the bush here. Yeah, there are. And once that how direct that sounds, then again, I am really curious. So I can't exactly win either way, can I? She takes a deep breath.
What would you like to know?
Oh boy, where do I even begin? How long has she been an orphan for? Where'd she start cutting? There are so many choices. It's probably best to start with an understanding to self-harm. For her self-harm, though, well, why do you do it? She closes her eyes and slowly lets the breath out through her nose. She's still closing her eyes as she talks.
It's a way of coping.
Huh?
It's how I deal with the sadness and self-loathing within.
Self-loathing?
People have never liked me, Jake. All throughout my life, I've never been accepted. But people never understood me, nor did they ever take the time to try to.
Oh, God.
I've never been particularly sociable. As you can see, I much prefer to keep to myself. Now that alone wouldn't be too bad. Some people misread the introversion, but combined with my fascination with horror and knife collecting hobby, these things combined tend to make people see me as creepy, a freak, an outcast. That quiet girl in the back who doesn't speak much. The girl who's fascinated by the macabre. It's no wonder they judged me. Anyway, so that's why.
She takes a few deep, shaky breaths in an attempt to calm herself down. Didn't realize how difficult this must be for you to talk about. I'm so sorry. The angry look on her face startles me.
No, don't you ever apologize for my own shortcomings, Jake. I deserve to be weak.
But you don't. Why would you ever think that?
Because, like I said, I was always judged for who I was. Initially, I thought it was everyone else who was wrong.
She laughs bitterly.
Oh, such arrogance. No, it wasn't them who were wrong. It was me. But if it were just the one person who judged me in such a way, well, it would be inclined to believe that problem lied in them. But it wasn't just one person. It was everyone. There gets to a point when you finally realize it's not them who are the problem. It's you. It was bad, but I could deal with it because I at least had my parents to help me.
Given I'm the first person who knows about her self-harm, does that mean, by reading my mind, Yuri answers that very question.
No, not even my parents knew. And that's when it began. I hated keeping my self-harm from them. I didn't want them to know. It scarred me enough as it was, and I couldn't imagine how much it would scare them. I was terrified when I first tried it. I remember the day it started. Some other students mocked me, relentlessly because I stuttered during a class reading. I always used to dread reading aloud, and I remember at lunchtime, I locked myself in one of the bathroom stalls. I didn't mean to cut myself. I just wanted to admire one of my knives, despite it being a constant reminder of what's wrong with me. Just owning something so dear to me was comforting. I gripped it too hard, and that's when I discovered it. The rush that felt like the perfect release. It was tangible, but it was also terrifying. It felt so good having that physical release, but I was in shock. I couldn't believe what I had done. I felt like such a freak.
I don't know what to say. Words are beyond me at this point. How am I even meant to reply to what I'm hearing? My parents
were the only people who ever accepted me for who I was. Even though they didn't know about the self-harm, they never judged me for my taste in literature, nor did they question my interest in knives. While school was torment, I sought solace in knowing that no matter how bad it would get, it was safe at home.
Fresh tears started to trickle down her face once more.
And until they died, and just like that, I had lost them. The only support I ever had.
Reach out to brush away Yuri's tears. She doesn't move or do anything else to acknowledge that I'm even there. Throughout her heart-wrenching explanation, Yuri had been trying to maintain control over her voice and face. The stuttering and pain expressions that occasionally flickered over her features showed all I needed to know. As I scoop her to my arms, the dam that she's been trying hard to contain finally bursts. She sobbed unrestrainedly into the...
Why are you ruining this for me, please?
She sobbed unrestrainedly into my chest as her anguished cries filled the room.
I miss them so much, Jake.
My vision is blurry as she drenches the front of my skirt. I can physically feel her cries on my chest, or next to my heart.
I want to see them again. I want to stop pretending that the person in the arms of right now is my dad. That there isn't anything I'd give to hear them ask me how my day was, even if it was awful. Anything at all. Please.
My brain is in a frenzy.
Say something, Jake.
Yuri, it's going to be okay. You're not alone anymore. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm never going to leave you. I promise. She looks up with big, wet purple eyes.
You really mean that? Because I don't know what I'd do if I lost you as well, Jake.
Of course I mean it. I swear on it. You're my girlfriend and I love you.
Even after everything I've just told you?
She gestures miserably to her wrist.
Even with these?
The venomous disdain in her voice is frightening to hear. I wasn't even sure that she was capable of such scorn, negativity. I love you for who you are, Yuri. Which includes everything you hate about yourself. Scars or not, you're my girlfriend, and nothing is going to change that.
Oh, Jake.
No, please don't. A strange look comes over her face while her breathing grows ragged and fast-paced. Yuri? Are you okay?
Sorry, I just... this is just so much to take in.
Her hand suddenly darts to her wrist. And in that instant, I suddenly realize the situation we're in. Yuri, stay with me. Please.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Focus on my voice. Look at me. I'm doing my absolute best not to descend into an utter state of panic. For our sakes, I can't let her start cutting again. She's tentatively scratching the flesh on her wrist. It starts off slow but quickly grows in frequency and intensity. In desperation, I reach out for her hand. Yuri, just talk to me. Say something. Anything. What's going on in your mind? Not sure if asking her to describe the urge is going to help. It could actually be harmful. But I'm feeling it's hard to think straight. A tiny voice of reason in my head is telling me that distracting her and forcing her to talk to me is the right thing to do.
I need to release. Whenever I feel like this,
She tries to wrench her hand free from my grip, but there's no way she's getting free. I tilt her head up and make eye contact with me.
My body needs the pain. I need the control. The cutting, it helps me make sense of everything.
Sense of everything? She swallows and her eyes focus on mine.
The physical pain is something tangible that I can actually feel, so then I can make sense of. When I feel emotionally overwhelmed, I feel so powerless. The cutting helps me regain that control that I desperately need. It sounds really... I know it sounds crazy, but it helps me feel alive. When I'm so mentally overwhelmed, the numbness, it's without mercy, so I need something to focus on, and that's exactly what the pain serves as.
But why do you have to use a blade? You can just, I don't know, pinch yourself or scratch.
You have to know what the urge is like, Jake. My whole body screams for that release. Scratching or pinching it would never satisfy that urge.
Yuri's breathing slowly grows more regular. She's no longer trying to wrench her hand free from my grasp, so I tentatively let her go, although I remain close, anticipating another attempt.
I've never been in a position where I have the urge to cut when I'm around someone else.
Do you still feel the need to cut?
Yes, but it's a lot more manageable now. I think I'll be okay.
My God, am I relieved to hear that. I had no idea how to deal with this.
I told you I was a freak.
You're not a freak. You've just been through a lot, and cutting happens to be how you deal with your trauma.
It's hardly a healthy coping mechanism, though, isn't it?
Well,
no, it isn't. That doesn't even need to be said.
Okay, so yeah, it isn't a healthy way to cope at all, but either way, I'm just glad you told me.
Why are you glad, Jake? And more importantly, how can you not think I'm a freak?
I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel this as a freakish behavior at all. It makes me sad, sure, but it doesn't creep me out. Please, I hear someone upstairs. Please don't come down. Hold on. I need to see something real quick, guys. I need to make sure that I'm alone and not gonna be bothered. I think I'll be okay. Makes me sad, sure, but it doesn't creep me out. Plus, I like to think that I have an open mind, you know? Yuri smiles ruefully at my words.
You remind me a little of my father. He was the one who introduced me to knives back when I was just a little girl.
As eager as I was to learn about her self-harm, I'm grateful that this is an opportunity to discuss something else. The incident just now was just staggering. What were your parents like?
Oh, they were wonderful. I couldn't have asked for better.
You never told me how you first got into horror. It's a guess, but was it your parents who introduced you into that genre? After everything that happened today, so far today, the genuine smile on her face truly is a sight to behold.
How did you know?
I'm psychic. Kidding. I'm just very intuitive. I just had an idea. Why don't you tell me more about them over a nice cup of tea? I don't know about you, but I'm definitely in the mood for a hot drink.
I'd like that a lot.
Awesome. Let's get started then. That was the saddest thing ever. I was actually at the brink of tears when Yuri started talking about that stuff. And no lie, no freaking lie, I was. It was sad. It was scary at the same time earlier because of that, but it was sad. The music's back to normal, like regular music, but it was sad. I'm gonna press on a little bit. I'm gonna press on a little bit more. I really want to know what happens. I was hoping the change of topic combined with the relaxing tea has really helped to bring a sense of normality to the day. Of course, the after effects of the morning still linger in the air. Yuri's still on edge, but we're at least able to work around it.
Funnily enough, me getting into horror actually stemmed completely from chance.
What do you mean?
Well, one day, both my parents were out. It was a rainy day, so I couldn't go outside. Naturally, I was confined to the house. I was wandering around looking for something new to read. I happened to find a copy of an old ghost story that my father left out and immediately began reading. Given that it was a book for adults, I didn't really understand what was going on, but I was able to get the general gist. When my parents came back, my dad was surprised to see me reading it. Clearly, he didn't expect that I'd like it. I remember how my mother scolded him for being so careless. She didn't like the idea of her younger daughter reading such a dark tale. I remember he pretended to be apologetic, but when she was out of sight, he eagerly asked me what he made of the story so far. It was obvious that I didn't really understand it, so he offered to read it with me, helped me out with more complex words, and explaining the story as it progressed.
What was the story about? Must be pretty good if you remember it so well.
You see, it was an old Victorian tale about a young governess. Who was sent to look after a family of young children at the summer home.
And there it is, the passionate fire in her eyes, the kind of fever, only seen when Yuri talks about the interests she holds to dear her. How someone could ever shame someone for such a passion. It's sticking to me how cruel people can be.
She begins to figures of a man and woman around the house, but the servants of the house deny seeing such figures. Soon the governess learns that her predecessor used to have a relationship with another employee, and before these two died, they spent much time with the children. Given that these figures seem to come up and go at will, and haven't been seen by the other employees, she clearly suspects that they are supernatural in nature. I can't quite remember the ending, but what I will never forget is the clever writing. We as readers are never given any concrete answers as to if these figures are real or merely a figment of her imagination. Was the governess just hallucinating, or did the ghosts of these people really prowl around the house?
We'll take another drink. I'm surprised my drink is still good after an hour. Sounds to me like she's just imagining it, to be honest. Although it does seem kind of coincidental how the ghosts seem to be perfectly matched the profile of her predecessor and her lover.
Indeed. What's more, that the young boy was revealed to have been expelled, and it's heavily hinted that what he did to earn such a punishment was terrible in nature. With a suspicious outlook, it's natural that the reader doubts the children's claims of innocence, especially when the governess asks if they too saw the figures.
Ghostly apparitions? Creepy, suspicious children? I feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Yeesh, even from Yuri's description, the plot sounds exceptionally gripping. The dreamy tone in Yuri's voice as she speaks.
And I remember my father encouraged me to question whether the ghosts were real. As a child, I took things at face value. The governess said she saw them, so that's what I would believe. But he taught me how to approach things from another angle. how to consider other viewpoints in turn. It helped broaden my appreciation for such clever writing. To this day, I still wonder if ghosts were real.
So, your analytical approach came from your dad?
I suppose you could say that, yes. He was always methodical and organized in nature, so it's a given that his personality rubbed off on me.
I think he'd be really proud of you, Yuri. If he could see you now. Aww. Tears slowly leaked down her face once more.
Would he? I had so much from him.
I pulled her close to me, tenderly caressing her cheeks with my hands. We all have our demons, Yuri. Everyone has things they regret, and things that they don't want other people to know. To tell with other people, they judge you for the things you like, or your quiet nature. Because I love your characteristics. Even if you hate them, I love them. They make you who you are. If you enjoy horror, if you enjoy collecting knives, who has any right to shame you for it? Damn! Fuck them. They don't know any better. Damn! That is first freaking potty language I've seen in here. As I said, I'm only reading what's on the text. I'm only reading what's on the text, but damn! He actually finally broke through. She gives me a watery smile.
Thank you, Jake. You really do mean so much to me. And I'm so glad that we met. Having someone like you in my life is... I can't describe it in words.
Wowie. Must be tough then. If even you can't describe it. Yuri makes a sound that sounds like a mix of laugh and a sob. Hey, Yuri?
Yes, Jake?
If you don't mind me asking, when did your parents, It's okay, you don't have to answer.
Last February. It was a car crash.
Right. I'm so sorry. It was probably insensitive of me to even ask.
It wasn't. I've been keeping a lot of things from you, so it's only fair that I should stop doing that. After all, you're my boyfriend now. It still feels a little strange to say that. Not in a bad way, though.
I feel exactly the same way, I still find it hard to believe that such a beautiful, intelligent girl fell for me. It must be the luckiest guy on the planet. I don't like the sounds. I feel like someone's just gonna come and intrude on me and telling me something I need to do. Must be the luckiest guy on the planet.
Don't be silly, Jake. You have such a big heart, and your girl would be lucky to have you. To be honest, I'm surprised that you and Sayori...
Sayori and I?
Yes, well, given you were childhood friends, I imagined you would have gotten together with her after seeing her again. Should have been a much better girlfriend, too.
Hey, look at me. Takes a little bit of coaxing, but eventually she reluctantly makes eye contact. Sayori will always be a wonderful friend of mine. Yes, we have that history together, but I'm not living in the past. You and I have a special kind of connection that I can't explain. There's something about you that drew me in. All those months ago.
But she's so happy, so energetic and bubbly. Wouldn't you rather have a girl like that, instead of a broken, miserable mess like me?
I shake my head. It's not how I see things, Yuri. Surprisingly, she doesn't back down.
Answer the question, Jake.
I stare at her, both confused and surprised. I'd rather have you.
Even though I'm an ugly freak with those horrible scars all over me?
Why do I have a choice? Your scars are beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't want to encourage the scars. You're beautiful. Yuri, either with or without your scars, you're beautiful, and nothing will ever change that, okay? No one will be able to convince me otherwise. I chose you for a reason. Never forget that.
I don't know. It's not that easy.
I know it isn't. Just try and remember, okay?
I'll try my best, Jake.
You don't look particularly convinced.
It's not that I doubt the integrity of your words. I've just spent my entire life feeling this way. So as much as your words are a breath of fresh air, it's one thing to hear them, but another thing entirely to internalize them.
I'll be with you for as long as it takes. She closes her eyes and squeezes my hands.
Hearing that means more than you could ever imagine. Anyway.
The sound of my stomach loudly gurgles fills the room. Wow, amazing timing as ever, Jake. I'm sorry. What the hell? More ads. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I suppose this is a good time to go and make some food, don't you think?
You sure?
Yes. I think a return of normalcy will do us good.
Okay. Guess that makes sense.
I did find a dish online a few days ago that I wanted to try. Do you have a daikon by chance?
I wouldn't even know where to start with cooking a daikon dish, or radish.
I'll take that as a no, then. I think the grocery store has some.
Lead the way.
By the way, Jake. Thank you for listening to me. I was daunting to share my self-harm with any person. After bottling it up for so long, I was scared of how you would react.
I didn't say the wrong thing, did I?
No, of course not. You've been really understanding, but most importantly, accepting. And that's what I love about you. How tolerant you are. Well, and many other things.
Well, over the back of my head in embarrassment, Yuri smiles bashfully at me.
Sorry, I'll stop embarrassing you now. Let's go.
This usually signifies it's the next day, right? I don't want to end it though. I don't want to end it. I'm not gonna end it yet. No, I know it's going for a while, but I don't want to end it. I don't want to end it though. I love this freaking mod so much, and I'm. I'm gonna continue on this mod though. I'm continuing. I'm not gonna stop the episode. I'm not stopping the episode. As much as I would really want to, I'm trying to keep an eye on the time as well. There's another thing as well. Alright. But I don't ever want to stop. I don't really want to stop. At some point I will have to. It's like 3 in the afternoon and I have stuff to do later on. I want to start streaming soon as well, so but it is another thing though. I don't know. I don't really know. I really want to continue this mod, and I'm going to, so. It's Monday. God. Never hated a Monday more than today. How am I supposed to focus on classwork after everything that happened last weekend? Why can't I just stay home with Yuri all day? Just want to cuddle under the covers with her and talk until I can truly understand her. Well, technically I could do that, but Yuri definitely wouldn't spring for it. Knowing her, she'd balk at the thought of missing school. Despite having all these problems and even bullies to deal with. Actually, that's kind of strange how she never misses school. Even if she's a total bookworm, she's got to feel at least some reluctance, right? Especially on the bad days, or on days when the bullies come after her. Fortunately, the bullies only target her when she's alone, and between the club and I, Yuri's not alone often anymore. But even if the bullies are taken out of the question, can't be easy going to school sometimes. But my unwillingness can be that strong on exam days. How much she feel on certain days. She said that she cuts when she's feeling overwhelmed. They'll tell me she at school. Damn it, Jake, stop thinking these things. Stop doubting Yuri. But aren't I right in worrying about Yuri like that? Is this doubt well placed? Maybe doubt is the wrong word. After all, I'm just generally worried about both her mental and physical health. How can I not? After seeing her arm like that. I don't even know if she cuts anywhere else in her on her body either. She's gotta have done that, right? There's only so much you can cut in cut a single arm. Burying my face in my hands, I sigh. Ugh, why do I suddenly feel so guilty about thinking these things? I don't want to change how I see Yuri, but at the same time, just can't help it. Do I just ignore it and try to treat her normally? But I still have to be careful of triggering an episode. At the same time, I don't want her to expect that she cuts 24/7. She doesn't do that, does she? I don't even know how often she harms herself. Honestly, she can't do it when she's talking to somebody, but when she's alone... Well, she only said that she does it when her feelings come to a head, though. A freak. She called herself a freak. I have to wonder, did she start calling herself that on her own accord? Or did she internalize others' words?
Sleeping again, Jake?
Not this time, I swear.
See to it that I don't catch you sleeping anymore, young man.
You got it.
I did notice that you were zoned out the whole day, though. Anything up with you?
Nah, not really. I'm just thinking about stuff. By the way, what do you define a freak as?
Huh? Why are you asking this all of a sudden?
Just answer the question.
I guess a freak would be a person who's abnormal.
Huh? That's it? But can't you say that I'm a freak then? If, for instance, I watch anime more than the average person.
Well, no, a freak would be abnormal in grotesque kind of way. That is, if you were to call someone a freak in a mean-spirited manner. There are loads of different definitions you could use, so you kind of need to the context for it. Why, is someone bullying you?
Yuri's tone suddenly sharpens into a more serious one. No, but thanks for the concern. She immediately relaxes at that. That's why we elected her as the representative. She genuinely cares about the class. Just wondering.
If you ever need to think out loud, I'll be here. That's my duty as class rep. No, as your friend.
Thanks. If we're in the same class next term, I'll be sure to vote for you again.
Thanks. Are you heading to the literature club after this?
Yep. What are you doing after school?
I'm in the kendo club.
Dang, I know you were part of a band club, but I didn't know you also did kendo.
I may be short, but I'm pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. I'm trying to climb up the ranks in the club. With any luck, I'll be captain of the team by the time I'm a third year. It'd be a dream to become the ultimate swordswoman.
Given how passionate you are about it, I'm sure you will. The bell rings, interrupting our conversation.
Speaking of which, I've gotta go. See you, Jake.
Have fun. My thoughts turn towards Yuri again as I leave the classroom. Hopefully it's not too much for her if I continue talking to her about everything. Should be a release for her, right? Or at least I hope so.
Jake?
Yuri's waiting for me at our usual spot. Hey, wanna get going?
Of course.
We walk in silence for a bit. It's like Yuri's secret is weighing down heavily on us. Or on me, at least. I don't know if the events of the weekend are on her mind as well. Maybe I'm just the one who's making things weird. Snap out of it, Jake. Let's just lighten the mood a bit. Looking forward to the literature club?
As much I would on any other day, I suppose. Why, is there something special happening today?
No, it's just that it feels so normal to be going to the club. Like after what happened on the weekend. God damn it, Jake, you just can't help returning to the topic, huh? Well, it felt like things would change. But here we are doing the same here as usual. Not that doing the same thing is bad though. Sorry for constantly talking about this stuff.
No, it's fine. It's only natural that you'd want to know more about everything. However, not all change is necessarily bad. For instance, it's been freeing to be able to share these feelings with someone.
Yuri brushes her hand against mine, causing me to grab hold of it. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that change happened. We arrive at the club room and step inside. to hear this music again, honestly. For once, it seems like Yuri and I are the last ones in the club.
Well, looks like the lovebirds are late. Had a secret traced on the way over here.
A blush spreads across Yuri's face that makes me feel embarrassed. No! Besides, we're not even late.
Thou doth protest too much, methinks.
Save it, Shakespeare.
That is from Shakespeare, actually. And what to be specific?
Trust in Yuri to know every single literally the reference there is. Don't tell me we're gonna start a unit on Shakespeare in the club now.
Don't worry. I won't inflict that on you guys. Not right now, at least.
Can't help if she's being serious or not.
Anyway, now that everyone's here, we can start our meeting.
Natsuki and Sayori pop out of the closet to join the conversation. God damn it, where'd you guys come out from? What the hell? Guess Sayori was helping reorganize Natsuki's manga or something. Jake, Yuri, you're finally here! Finally? What's that supposed to mean? Obviously, it means you two are slowpokes. How many times am I gonna have to say that we weren't late?
All in good fun, Jake. So, what did everyone do over the weekend?
The weekend. It's kind of surreal to think that people were going to let their days normally while Yuri and I were talking about such dark subject matters. Homework and manga for me. That sounds about right. I had to do some part-time work too.
Oh, what kind of work is it?
I bet it was something cute, like a waitress job at the maid cafe. What? Who do you think I am? It was, you know, this and that. Sayori, what did you do? Guess she doesn't want to talk about it, given her sudden change in subject. Maybe she really is working at a maid cafe. I caught up on sleep. Sayori, you sleep in every day. There's no way you need to catch up on sleep. Meanie. You could never have too much sleep.
I could definitely relate to that. I never have enough sleep myself.
She sighs, a wry smile on her face.
Not only do I cram school and tennis practice every day, but I also have to deal with class rep and club duties.
Jeez. Humble brag much. Don't you ever have time for yourself?
Free time, to be honest, I'm busy so often it's kind of a foreign concept to me. That's what I get for signing up to do so many things, though.
I can be truly surprising what a single person is capable of.
Well, that's just an exaggeration. There's a lot of downsides to this kind of lifestyle.
Monaska's face visibly falls. It does sound like kind of hellish to not have time for yourself. Should you even hang out with friends outside of school?
Enough about me. What did you do, Yuri?
Yuri gives me a pleading glance. Yuri and I hung out over the weekend. We talked a lot about stuff.
Wow, what a lovey-dovey couple you are, you pieces of crap. Thanks for saving the PDA over the weekends.
Natsuki pantomimes barfing, causing Sayori to giggle. When you guys start dating, I'm gonna return all the teasing tenfold. Isn't that right, Yuri?
I suppose so.
Well, it looks like we all have supremely exciting lives,
We're really living on the edge, alright?
How about we keep the excitement and share our poetry now, you bitches?
Crap, I totally forgot to write a poem. Hold on. I kinda have to time to talk to Yuri first, privately. Yuri shoots me a curious look.
Alright, we can just...
It might be a long conversation, so you guys go ahead and share poetry first.
Is everyone else okay with that, Yuri?
Everyone nods in affirmation.
Okay then, don't take too long.
You bet I'm gonna take as long as possible. Alright, come on Yuri, let's step outside for a bit.
So, what is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, well, to be honest, I needed a distraction because I forgot to write a poem.
Jake?
Sorry. Wait, don't go back in. Yuri sighs and then smiles patronizingly. Thank you for putting up with me. And now that I think about it, there's something that I wanted to talk to you about anyway. I actually thought of it during the conversation back inside, but... Yuri, are you going to tell the others about your self-harm?
No!
She immediately panics at my question. I didn't mean right now. Sorry, I just meant eventually. When you're comfortable, of course.
I see. Sorry, Jake, but I don't know if ever be able to tell them, even in the future.
Why not? Wouldn't you want your friends to know what's going on in your life? They could provide as much support as I do, only multiplied by 4.
No,
No? Yuri looks down at the ground, not meeting my eyes.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to stand it if they started treating me differently. Can't things just stay the same, please?
Yuri, you even said it yourself. Sometimes change is necessary.
I didn't say that. I said that change isn't necessarily bad. But in this case, it's neither necessary nor positive. All it will do is change how others see me.
But how can you? Well, get better without people supporting you and standing by your side?
Look, Jake, even you see me differently now. Don't try to argue otherwise. It's only to be expected. I know you're trying your best.
Yuri,
Please, just let this matter go.
Alright, if you're not comfortable talking about it, I won't force you to.
Thank you. No, if you'll excuse me.
Yuri slides open the door and slips through. I can't help but feel that this conversation that we'll return to later. At least she knows where I stand on the subject. Of course, it's difficult for me to understand her point of view sometimes, but I really do think that she should confide in others too, not just me. For now, though, I have to figure out an excuse for getting my poem. Well, we'll never know. We'll never know. Oh my god, this is gonna take this. Things are different now. Things are so different. I hate it. It's crazy to think how fast time is flying by. It seemed like only yesterday I found out about Yuri's self-harming tendencies. As I absent-mindedly thumbed through my phone, I'm once again reminded that February has already started. The past few weeks felt like they haven't even happened at all. Well, I guess that's not strictly true. I mean, yeah, in many ways life remained the same. We're still a couple. School hasn't changed much. We still go to the literature club. But despite the apparent normality, things feel different. For obvious reasons, I guess. Yuri's also started to become a little more, I don't know what the word is, obsessive maybe? Nothing too crazy, but she's been texting me a lot more than usual, and I've noticed that she's replies instantly. Kinda like she's glued onto her phone. Maybe she's still worried that I'm judging her? After all, she did reveal a very intimate part of herself to me. A pang of anxiety shoots through me. I don't think I'll ever get that sense out of my head when I first saw her raise her hand, blood on the floor. And even after a few weeks, the image is still burned into my mind. The other girls are still oblivious, and Yuri's stance on whether or not she should tell them hasn't changed at all. I sigh and wearily rub my hands through my hair. What am I meant to do? Perhaps I should. One day, my phone will stop interrupting me when I'm deep in thought. Oh, hey, okay, we got it's not the Yuri time. God, why am I even continuing this right now? I should probably just rest a little bit, because I'm really tired still. I'm still freaking tired. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Jake. It's been so long.
It really hasn't. Some of my characters' voices sound exactly the same, so bear with me on this one. It really hasn't it? When's the last time we talked?
My goodness. I think it was before Halloween. That means it's been
around 3 months. Jeez.
Anyway, what's new? Who actually, what about Yuri? You guys together yet?
Oh, well, I can hear the anticipation through the phone screen. Yeah, we are.
I had a feeling you'd tell me that. Look at you, my little prince, all grown up.
Mom, really? Little prince?
Sorry. Just from a mother's perspective. Well, your son's first girlfriend is big news. Can't wait to meet her.
You only get to meet her if you promise not to embarrass me when she's over.
Can't make any promises.
Roll my eyes. I can practically see the smug smirk on her face, even though we're hundreds of miles apart. Anyway. Oh yeah, December exam results.
Ooh, yes. I hope you've studied hard and got the grades you need, young man.
Don't worry. I did just fine. Sakari gave me my results last week, and he was pretty impressed. To be honest, I was surprised. I was pretty surprised myself. Overall, I did well, but I really aced Japanese history and English.
That's excellent to hear, sweetheart. Well done.
A small laugh filters through the phone speaker. Huh? What's so funny?
I just remember you saying that Yuri is a huge fan of literature, and she's constantly reading books, right?
Yeah?
Well, assuming you guys discuss these books, well, then it's clear that she's rubbing off on you. Seems like she's really helped you appreciate literature, making you more analytical and thoughtful yourself. Killer rate showing in your grades.
Really? Never even thought about that. Oop. Does it happen in every relationship?
It's hard to say, really. It's definitely common, though. You spend so much time with your partner that you subconsciously start copying their mannerisms and tendencies. That may be useful, especially now.
Huh? Why?
Tut tut, it's Valentine's Day coming up soon, Jake. If her personality is rubbing off on you, you might find it easier to think of something special for her.
I totally forgot about Valentine's.
On the year that you get a girlfriend, you forget such a romantic day?
When you put it like that, it doesn't seem like a logical. Heh. Well, it's not for a week, so I've still got time.
Don't dawdle, sweetheart. You'd be amazed at how quickly that week will zip by.
Okay, I get it. I'll think of something. Anyway, what have you been up to? Given it's been a while since you called, I imagine work must be really busy. There's a sign on the other end.
Yes, you're right. Clients have been demanding over the past few weeks. New projects, new technologies, new strategies.
I'll be so glad when this business quarter is over. New technologies and strategies? What do you mean?
Well, I won't bore you with all the finer details. Basically, our company has rolled out this new app. We're supposed to use it when we're talking to our clients, and it's meant to boost communication efficiency. The only problem is, it's not exactly initiative, rather the opposite. There's not been much company training on how to use it. So we basically had to do our research on how it works. It's tedious, but better than not knowing what to do, I suppose. Anyway, unfortunately, I have to go, sweetheart. It was lovely to catch up with you again, and I promise it won't be so long until we next talk, okay?
That's fine, Mom. You've been really busy, so don't worry about it.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Huh? About what?
Oh, nothing. Forget I said anything. Bye, Jake. I love you.
Love you too, Mom. Click. As I put my phone back in my pocket, my mother's words continue to swirl around my head. We've had to do our own research on how it works. Maybe. Of course, the answer was right there. Why didn't I research self-harm on the internet before? Man, I can be really dumb sometimes. Just as I get up and make my way to the computer, my phone rings. Speak of the devil. Oh my god, we've had so many phone conversations, man. It's been so long.
Hi, Jake.
Hey, Yuri.
I tried calling you just now. You weren't around?
Huh? Oh, no, I was just talking to my mom, so that's probably why I didn't see your call.
Your mother?
It's been a while since we've spoken, so it was really nice to catch up with her again.
I can imagine. How is she?
Stressed, but doing fine. She was happy to hear about my exam results. Guess that parental instinct never goes away, huh? I laughed to myself before realizing what I've just said. Oh. Sorry, I meant, like...
It's okay.
There's an awkward silence for a moment.
Anyway, I was wondering, can you come over? I've been missing you.
I frowned slightly. It's Sunday, Yuri. The last time you saw me was Friday in school. It's only been 2 days. Is everything alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I just really want to see you right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right over. Huh, so it's my first time going to Yuri's house, huh? I was thinking about ending it, but now I'm going to Yuri's house. I have so much freaking stuff to do. I have so much. Alright. It was time to freshen up my voice anyway. Here's the thing, that's the first time it's happening, even though we've known each other for months. After exchanging a kiss, I take a seat on the bed, right next to Yuri. She's blushing slightly. You know, your bedroom looks exactly how I imagined it would.
What do you mean?
It just looks really elegant and tidy, much like you. And of course, only you have a huge bookshelf right next to your bed. How many times have you read how many times have you tried to reach over to your bookshelf while you were snuggling under the sheets? She smiles bashfully. It never stops being heartwarming.
Maybe a few times. By the way, Jake. Would you like to see my,
Get your mind out of the gutter, Jake. You're what? I'm painfully aware of the suggested tone and the conversation is suddenly adapted. Judging by the furious blushing on Yuri's face, it's safe to say that I'm not the only one.
Although you probably think it's really weird.
Wait. Are we thinking of different things? She reaches toward the desk and pulls out a medium-sized black box.
But, well, you remember how I said I had a knife collection?
A wave of understanding washes over me. I have to fight the urge to laugh at myself. My god, the situation could have been made a million times more awkward. Oh, you want to show me your knives?
You're not weirded out by it?
Nah, at one point, I was tempted to get you a knife for Christmas, but I figured you already had a few. Besides, I don't know what types of knives you like. I'm kinda curious, to be honest. I never met someone who collects them. So yeah, go ahead. Apprehension is still visible on her face. After swallowing, nervously, she gently opens the lid. Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you had a collection, were you?
Sorry, I know, I must be really weird. I don't know why I even suggested it.
She moves to stop the lid shut, but I reach out to gently grasp her hands. Surprise flickers across the features on she looks at me. If I look closely, I can detect shame in her eyes. It's not weird at all. I accepted who you were a long time ago, Yuri. Please don't feel ashamed. Plus, I really want to see these knives of yours.
Really?
I smile reassuringly to her. Yes.
If you're sure.
She gingerly reopens the box and pulls out a small knife. Is this one a dagger? Looks too small to be a knife.
It is indeed. This one actually comes from the 18th century, and if I recall, it's also from Spain.
Spanish, huh? I slowly take the dagger from Yuri and hold it in my hands. The hilt is silver, and the blade comes with a golden sheath. Carefully, I unsheath it.
This one is practically sharp, but I would still recommend exercising caution.
I turn over my hands, not exactly a large weapon, but the craftsmanship is undeniable.
During the Renaissance age, a dagger such as this one was actually used as part of everyday dress. In fact, daggers were the only weapons that commoners were permitted to carry. The dagger was very popular in Spain, where it was referred to as either a daga or a penal.
The sheath the knife and take it. I sheathe the knife and hand it back to Yuri, who puts it back in the box. You really know your stuff, huh? It's really admirable how intelligent you are. Books, science, knives, and is there any limit to your knowledge? She blushes and reverts her eyes into the box.
You're too kind, Jake.
My eyes are drawn to a rather large curved knife that sits on the middle of the box. Well, this one has a really cool shape. As you move away from the base of the blade, it curves to the side to a point to where the head is very different angle.
This one's a fascinating history.
Her face is lit up, and passion flares behind her eyes. It's the type of fervor I see only when she's talking about her books.
It's actually called the Kukrai, and it's an icon of Nepal. Do you ever see how the head of the blade is at an angle? This gives the Kukrai immense chopping power. You see, it isn't a knife designed to stab or slice, although you can, of course, still do that.
Oh, I didn't skip anything, did I? Yeah, okay, no, I accidentally clicked twice.
The head and weight of the blade means that it's very effective at cutting through flesh. In fact, it's even able to cleanly chop limbs off.
I think I know a few fictional serial killers who'd love to use a weapon like this one, huh? But what's with the little notch above the handle?
Essentially, it's to stop blood from dripping onto the user's hand. That would make the handle slippery and practical.
Man, I had no idea that so much thought went into the design of these things. To me, knives are just simple cutting tools with a straight edge. Guess it goes to show how much I know.
I don't blame you for thinking like that. An interest in knives is hardly the norm, so it's given that you wouldn't give them that much thought.
She holds the kukrai up and slowly turns it around in her hands. From her expression, it's clear that she's admiring the blade. I'll admit that it's a little unusual. After all, if someone told me that one day I'd be looking at my girlfriend admiring a dangerous weapon, I wouldn't believe them. But being with Yuri, it's opened my eyes. It's helped me see that people have a variety of interests. In a way, it's refreshing to see uniqueness in a person. What is it about? What is it about knives you like so much? I remember you talked about it a long time ago, but I can't remember what it was you said.
There are many reasons, some of which make more sense than others, I suppose. Let's start with a simple reason: the craftsmanship. An untold number of hours go into creating the knives as you see them. The weight and feel sharpness, the length, the design, the color. There's also the rather dark association with that knives have. Jake, am I wrong in thinking that there's something inherently fascinating with the macabre? We're taught to fear the darkness, but there's something so intriguing about it.
You know, if I think about it, I can see what you mean. Like if we take Halloween, for example. It's pretty much a festival dedicated to the dead, right? Yeah, it's pretty commercialized, but I've always enjoyed it. Telling ghost stories, scaring each other, seeing all of the gruesome costumes people wear. Yuri nods in earnest.
Fear is such an enigma. Different people fear different things. Some people love horror movies, yet others balk at the very thought. And when it comes to knives, well, you only need to look at the world around you to see what kind of reputation they have. Knives never judge you.
Have you ever used these knives to cut yourself? I immediately berate myself for asking such a question like that. Why would you ask that? It sounded very less intensive in my head.
I'm surprised you even had to ask that.
You have so many, and a lot of these knives look, well, they're really big and they look really sharp. Yuri stays silent. I'm just worried about you, that's all. More silence is growing more uncomfortable by the second.
I know you are, Jake, and it means a lot that you care. I was afraid that you'd break up with me once you saw my scars.
Break up with you? No, of course not. If anything, it's made me want to be with you more.
Why?
Well, I want to see you get better. And I actually wanted to do some research on self-harm with you. And look at some therapy options, but
that won't be necessary.
The finality in Yuri's voice stops me dead. I've only heard such assertion in her voice maybe once? Why not?
Because I don't want to go to therapy.
Don't you want to stop cutting?
Self-harming is the only way I've ever known how to deal with my issues. It's the only way I've been able to express myself.
But we both know it's not a healthy way to deal with your feelings, Yuri. If you cut too deeply. Or I don't know, cut a vein or something.
I won't. I know which places are safe to cut and which specific areas to avoid.
That doesn't make me feel much better, you know?
I'm sorry.
She sighs deeply.
To be honest, I knew you'd eventually ask me to try therapy. I know it's probably hard for you to see it like this, but for me, it's really not that simple.
Then help me understand. Please.
If I must. Although I warn you, you're not going to understand at all. Anyway.
She reaches into the box and takes out a silver knife. As she speaks, she rolls it between her fingers, taking utmost care not to accidentally cut herself.
Like I said, self-harming has been the only way I've ever been able to deal with my feelings. And yes, I know it's maladaptive, but you have to understand that for me, it's like a routine. It may not be a good approach, but it's the only approach I have. And what is the whole point of therapy? To get me to stop self-harming? In other words, losing the only way I've ever known how to control myself. I simply couldn't imagine other way of dealing with things. Plus, the thought of opening up to a complete stranger about my innermost insecurities is simply unimaginable. I hid it from my parents. I hid it from you. The reason why I knew about my habit was simply through chance. There's an awful lot of vulnerability and blind trust to put into a random stranger, don't you think?
As much as I hate to admit it, yeah, I can definitely see what she means. It's easy for me to stand here and ask for her to see a therapist, but it's a whole different story for her.
If it's any consolation, Jake, I don't exactly cut frequently. I won't deny that it still happens, but ever since we started dating, it happens a little less.
Really?
Yes. Having someone to talk to, someone who's open-minded, who's willing to listen to me ramble on about literature or look at knives with me, doesn't make a difference.
She slowly inches her face closer to mine.
It's amazing how much of a difference just one person can make. So thank you.
She tentatively reaches for her arms for a hug. And I hate you so much. I comply instantly and pull her close. Her head rests against my chest. Oh, I haven't even heard one of the old classic stuff in a while. Like this. In forever. Yuri? Look, I get it. I know you don't want to see a therapist. But can you at least promise me that you'll think about it? For my sake. Or for yours. She looks up at me.
Jake,
please. I'm serious. Oh, you don't want to, but this is something I can't ignore.
Okay. I promise that I'll at least consider it. But please don't get your hopes up, okay?
Alright. That's all I can ask for now. She nods slowly.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, would you like to read the first ghost story I've ever read with me?
You still got it on you?
Of course. It's one of the strongest reminders I have of my parents.
Sadness flickers over her features. I'm quick to reply. Of course. Where is it? She motions to a book resting snugly on the bookshelf next to her bed. Even though it's a little sad to think about how the book serves as a memory of her dead parents, it's endearing that it's close to her bed. Almost like a guardian that watches her when she sleeps. Man, Mom was right. I really do sound like Yuri. This is where I'm gonna finally save it, guys. I know this is a long episode. I didn't want to end it. I really did not want to end it. This was such a good mod. I don't really want to end it. So, what I'm gonna try to do, I want to see if I can stream it tomorrow. I want to see if I can stream this mod tomorrow. I'll try. If I can't, then I'll go as a regular video. But if I do, then be prepared for a stream tomorrow. But if I don't, then it's just gonna come out as a video. I really enjoyed this video. It was sad, but it was also really good at the same time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like it, then please smash the like button. Be really appreciative. Also, subscribe for more Doki content, and as well as for other content that I release in the future. Comment down below who is your best girl, and as well how did you feel about Yuri revealing herself to us, and as well as hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a single video I upload to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.